Hello and welcome to another episode of Carolina Reviews. Today we'll be reviewing Monster Hunter Alpha. This is the third book in the series, and unlike the first two, this actually focuses on a completely different character. This actually focuses on Harbinger, kind of the leader of the Monster Hunter International crew, and spoiler alert, he is actually a werewolf the entire time. He's also extremely old. This entire book focuses on two things. One, it focuses on his backstory, which I absolutely loved. He's actually kind of my favorite character. And two, it also focuses kind of like on like the ultimate B movie where monsters basically invade a small town, and he has to go and stop them. Plus, he's also going after a rival werewolf, basically a Russian one that he fought back in the Vietnam War. Yeah, so there's actually a lot going on, even though it's like the B movie setting that you see a lot. Like, oh no, small town, monsters invade, people getting killed. This one is absolutely interesting because they throw so much at it. You have a couple of federal agents. You have like an ancient evil trying to take over the town. You have a rival smaller monster hunter group who are basically sent in to go after Harbinger. So there's a lot going on. First of all, I like to talk about the cover. This is my favorite cover of all the Monster Hunters. First of all, there's these monstrosities, which is something unlike I've ever seen before. It also shows Harbinger and basically a cop who got bit early on by a werewolf and is now slowly turning into it. It is an incredibly long book. This one did get a little bit of water damage over the years. Something got spilled on it. I need to get a new one, but it's over 500 pages. So it's a long book, but it never gets boring, and it definitely starts up after like the 150 pages and does not die down at all. And even the build up is absolutely awesome, and that's why I said it's my favorite one. And honestly, that's what I kind of love about these books. They never get boring. It doesn't get too bogged down with things. And there's always something going on. Plus also with Harbinger being like a werewolf, it obviously gives him an advantage. And spoiler alert, partway through he does lose that ability, so he has to actually fight as a human. And even as a human, he's still quite good because he can still go out and fight these creatures. Because of all of his experience. So, about the negative stuff about this book, my biggest negative is the cop who gets bit. They put in a bunch of unnecessary fan service, and at times she doesn't seem to be as developed. It's a little bit of one note-ish. But overall, she is a very likable character, and Lyric Correia, I think hopefully I pronounced his name right. Even he always makes a good Monster Hunter book, and usually when I read a series, after the third book it starts to go down, and honestly the third book is my favorite. So what do I rate it between a 1 through 10? This is easily a 10, even with the little bit of complaints about it. Even though it also feels like a B, reading a B movie script. It is fun from start to finish. I love the fact that they focus on giving another character his own story, rather than just stick with the same character. So yeah, that's basically Monster Hunter International Alpha. So if you ever come across it, I would definitely recommend reading the first two books first, because part of the second book book does come into play in the third book. But even if you want to stop after the third book, it doesn't really get any better than this. This is like the high point of the series. But it's still a very good series. So until next time, this is Killer Ant.